Well, I've always been very hesitant to use a PDF digital download sewing pattern, and I've always been scared to work with an authentic vintage pattern. Today I'm going to be facing my fears and realizing that they were absolutely 100% warranted. I paid about $6 for this download pattern. I got it on Etsy, and the price was right, but the information is sorely lacking. It did warn you that you have to have kind of an innate knowledge of sewing because this is an actual reproduction of an Edwardian pattern, and people back then just knew how to sew. It was a skill that everybody was taught. Well, maybe not everybody, but at least women. I can't speak for the men, I don't know. But women in general were taught how to sew. And honestly, I was just really nervous that I wouldn't even be able to piece the pattern together. My kids had to help me. I was so confused with all of these random pieces that I received, but they helped me figure out what the top portion of the apron looks like. But what I'm realizing is that the bottom portion, the skirt, if you will, of the apron is completely missing, and I only have the smallest amount of directions here. I really hope that I can figure out how to approximate this. I'm very excited about this armhole feature. I don't have any patterns like that in my stash, which is why I thought, okay, just go ahead. It's only $6. You know, what do you have to lose? But apparently I might have lost my $6. Anyway, I'm gonna try to power through. I don't expect to make anything that looks quite like this apron pattern, but I do expect to kind of come up with something that's passable, which is unfortunate because I was looking to make my ultimate apron. I have a handful of aprons and none of them is kind of my end all be all doing the trick for me. So I have this one here that I made several years ago. I'm not a fan, I'm just not thrilled with it. And I purchased this one from Arm Street. I'm pretty sure that's what their name is. They're really cool. I'll link them below. You can buy them from Etsy, and they also have their own website, I believe. And it's too big actually, and the apron only covers the bottom portion of my body. I want an apron that covers the top and the bottom. And then I have this beautiful apron. This is absolutely my favorite, but it's not even mine. It's my daughter's apron. It was given to her for a holiday present, and I've kind of worn it here and there and snuck it into some photographs and used it a couple times, but I absolutely adore this apron. Again, it's just the bottom portion, so I'm looking for a top-bottom combo. And then finally, I have this beautiful vintage apron from maybe my guess would be the 50s. And I do love it, but no top. So I am gonna go ahead and do my best to create this pattern here. Basically, I'm gonna will it from thin air and see what happens. And I'm gonna take you along with me if you're willing to come. So let's get started. I'm not feeling the greatest today. I think I might be fighting something, a little virus, so I'm just gonna take it easy. I'm gonna drink my chicken broth and just take my time trying to figure out everything I need to do for this apron. Truthfully, I've been a bit fretful about this Edwardian apron pattern, or lack thereof, until I kind of had a small epiphany. I realized two things. Number one, I do have plenty of apron patterns already, so rather than just try to make up the skirt portion of the apron, I'm gonna use a pattern I already have and just kind of melt the two together to create one harmonious piece. I've done that before. I do that with sleeves all the time. You know, pattern pieces can be interchangeable with a little bit of leeway here and there. So I'm sure that I can figure that out. And then the other thing I was thinking, and this may not make sense to anybody but myself, this analogy, I want the apron to kind of be more austere. like if you think of maybe Jane Eyre, versus some kind of frilly French maid thing. I do love the frilly French maid thing, and a lot of the details on this Edwardian pattern here are kind of mimicking that in my mind. I mean, I'm not a historical fashion person, so I really don't know, but you know, the details on the sleeve, like the lace, and it seems like there's lace on the skirt, all sorts of pin tucks and gathers, and you know, just bells and whistles. And while I love bells and whistles, I kind of wanted this apron to be more plain, just a nice fitting, run-of-the-mill, plain ass apron. I don't know what else to call it right now. Ugh, I don't even know. Okay. I think I'm just not gonna do a lot of talking right now because my brain is not working well. So I'm gonna start cutting out the pattern pieces from this butterick pattern, focusing on the waistband and the skirt. And then I will piece it together with the top portion that I purchased from the Etsy site. And we're gonna make something good. Knock on wood, we're gonna make something good. I hope so. Okay, remember talking wasn't working for me. We're just gonna be doing. Maybe doing will work. I was thinking about this project too literally. I feel like I had an idea of what an apron was, and I was not straying from that notion despite the fact that all of the aprons I own are completely different and unique from one another. So I was gonna make this apron white because in my mind aprons are white. But then all of a sudden I realized I don't want a white apron, not right now at least. I have this fabric here and I thought it would be really pretty as an apron. And I'm kind of envisioning the outfit that I want to wear with it, and not that I can only wear this apron with this one outfit, but I tend to kind of gravitate towards a similar color scheme, and I feel like using this cute little pinstripe would be adorable and almost turn the apron into a kind of romper or jumper and part of the outfit, not just something that you're gonna wipe your grimy hands on after a hard day's work. It will function for that purpose as well, but honestly something about this fabric choice makes me feel like the dirt and grime would be even cuter on this than it would on a nice pristine white apron. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm still not super great. So I'm just gonna get down to it, and before you know it, I'm gonna have an apron and we're gonna have a reveal. We had the best time apple picking. It was so much fun. I'm sure you can kind of see in the reveal, we were here, there, everywhere. That farm was expansive and beautiful, and there was all sorts of things that we couldn't do. There was just too many things to do to cram into one day, not to mention how expensive everything was, but we won't get into that. It was an amazing time. Every penny spent was completely worth it. That farm is clean and well maintained. The staff is lovely, and I just couldn't have asked for a more picturesque fall activity. So I'm hoping you guys loved the reveal. I made it extra long. I just can't help myself. It's absolutely my favorite part of any project when I get to put the reveal together. It's like opening up presents on Christmas morning. You go, you take all of this footage, and then you come home and you don't know what you're gonna get, and it's so exciting when you get fun shots to utilize. So hopefully that translates in what you just watched. And with regards to the apron, which is really what this video is supposed to be about, I think it's okay. I mean, it's cute, it serves its purpose. It's a little on the heavy side, but that's probably because I chose linen that was medium weight, and the top is double-sided and the skirt is big. So, you know, it's kind of heavy, but it's really fun to wear. I think it's funky and cute, and it goes with a lot of the dresses and skirts and tops that I have. I ended up putting a big pocket on it because without that, I just don't feel like there was enough happening visually. And what else? Oh, I modified the back. So where it closes in the back, or where it rather goes over your shoulders in the back, it's supposed to just kind of stay on. And it does stay on, it completely does. However, I just found that those little pieces were kind of flappy, and that was annoying me. So I just created a, you know, rectangular piece and some buttonholes and made it so I could pin that back piece together. I'm not sure if I like it better that way or not. It was probably fine without it, but you know, every kind of little extra detail just makes the whole apron pop and makes it unique and makes it mine. And so I'm glad that it's on there. And yeah, let me know what you think. I would love to hear your feedback. You know I love when you say hi and reach out, and I promise to respond. And if you've made it to the end of the video, you're still here and you enjoyed what you watched, if you could please like and subscribe, it really means the world to me. I am busting my butt trying to turn this little hobby that I have into a career and make any kind of money I can doing something that I truly love. Right now, my day job supports me and my family, and it pays the bills, and I'm so grateful for it. It's also a small business that I own, but it's really demanding and it's emotionally draining, and it doesn't feed my creative soul. So if there's a way that I could be creative for a living, that would be ideal. And like I said, your support is so appreciated. So until next time, I hope to see you soon. Bye.